So I just switched off millions of dollars in ad spend on my Facebook ad account, because by the end of this video, you're gonna see why right now there's a huge opportunity when it comes to Facebook ads, and why Facebook ads has changed tremendously. And as I'm going through this account, you'll be able to see that literally this account has served me very, very well. These campaigns has made me millions of dollars divided over these different accounts. However, right now there's a shift that is happening when it comes to Facebook ads. And if you stay till the end of this video, you'll be able to see why this thing has changed and what it is that you could be doing differently if you want to be able to get a huge and unfair advantage. Let's begin. So if you've been running ads for a while, you probably noticed a couple of things. Number one, ad costs continuing to rise, especially after the whole iOS 14 update. And number two, getting attention is getting harder and harder than ever, especially when your audience is just bombarded with all of the different things that's happening on social media, whether it's celebrity gossip, whether it is Hollywood, whether it is Lambos and jets and bikini babes. Put it this way, there's all this content out there, and then there's your content. The question is, how do we stand out? What I want to be able to walk you through is something that I discovered after trying, split testing, failing, scaling, optimizing different ads. And here's what we notice. The first thing we notice is it is significantly easier to be able to get somebody to engage in a conversation than to give you your name and email. Now bear with me for a second, you'll see why this changes everything. You see, when it comes to running an ad or making a post, wouldn't you agree that when it comes to getting a specific like or comment or an engagement, it is significantly harder, or rather easier, than getting an opt-in? But that's the problem. The problem is getting likes and comments doesn't pay the bills, right? However, if you were to run an ad that helps you get a comment or a message or a DM or an engagement, it is significantly easier and cheaper. But the downside is it doesn't make you money. So, out of testing all these different things, here's what we realized. What we realized is, rather than just running ads the traditional way of just going to an opt-in, which we still do, by the way, what we tested instead is, what if I made a post, and the post was just to get somebody to engage in a conversation? And what we realized from the results, from initial results, was insane. What happened was, I made this simple post. Now this post here was not an ad. This post was an organic post. And this post here got over about 10,000 likes and 1,000 comments. Now this one, we ran an ad just to warm and hot audiences. It got us about 560 comments. And you'll notice that this ad over here, what is the call to action? The call to action, notice it says here, if you would like one of the spots, comment below and I'll DM you the details. Now, the languaging that you have, that you want to have over here, it needs to be very precise. Okay, there are some things that Facebook likes and some things that Facebook don't like. What Facebook don't like is when they call a forced engagement, which is like comment a specific keyword in the comments below. They don't like that because it feels like it's forcing it. They don't like it if you say like, comment, and tag a friend, right? You can't do that because that's when they will restrict your account. What you can say is, you can say, if you're interested, right, let me know below, right, where you're not forcing people to do a specific keyword. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to have hundreds, if not thousands of people, if it's an ad, people just commenting below. And you're going to notice that as they start commenting, you can actually set up an automation, which I'll show you in a second, that starts this conversation. And I'm not talking about chatbots. You're probably thinking, oh, Peng Joon, you're talking about chatbots right now. It's not. Well, it is with a twist, and that's what makes it different, okay? So what happened is they are commenting below, and again, it's significantly easier to get an engagement, okay? So this could be an organic post. This could be a paid ad. Now what happens now is a chat is initiated, okay? So let's take a look at this chat over here. I'm gonna do my best to blank out all the personal details, okay? But Ian over here, it says here, you are now responding to a user comment. So this person commented. Now this is a chat sequence that is pre-built, okay? So because Ian commented on the chat, he now has, right, if he clicks on yes, hook me up, it actually says, I'm about to do a Black Friday deal, right? Would you like to get access to it? Now, if he clicks on yes, hook me up, and literally, when I say that he responds, it's literally him just clicking the button. When he clicks on that, this is the power, okay? This is the secret sauce, okay? There's an automation that's pre-built that says, awesome, send me your best email so that I can give you access to this deal. So now, I'm going to blank this out, but Ian gives me his email, okay? And then, when he gives me his email, there's an automation that's built where it says an email has been sent your way, right? And we're also giving you the private link over here so that you can get instant access. Now, what happens now is this email is automatically pulled into the CRM. And the CRM, obviously, that I'm using is salesprocess.com. This is an automation that we've built. So now that we have Ian's email, this email needs to go somewhere. This is when it's automatically pulled, the data that Ian gives is automatically going into the autoresponder. And obviously the autoresponder that I'm using, the CRM that I'm using, is our software, salesprocess.com. If you want to go check it out, link in the description below to get a free 14-day trial. But ultimately what happens now is, I'm just going to paste Ian's details in here, okay? And now you'll see that I've got Ian's details in here. His emails is in place. I've blanked out some of his personal details here. But I'd like you to notice that he's even automatically tagged that he was from the Facebook Messenger promo. But I'd like you to notice what has happened now. I have Ian's first name and last name that is automatically pulled from Facebook. I have his email that is automatically imported based on the conversation that we had. All done automatically. Okay, now you might be wondering, automatically, how does this even work, right? So again, how is this all done? This is done through an automation. Now, what does an automation look like? Automation is just one of the many features that salesprocess.com does. But you'll notice this automation here that says the Facebook Messenger ad. Let's take a look and see how this automation works so that you'll be able to deploy this and get an unfair advantage when it comes to lead acquisition and lead conversion. Okay, so notice how the workflow that happens is, all I'm doing is I'm building a workflow that says, hey, hook me up. So when somebody, so you notice the conversation that happens over here again. So the moment if somebody comments, there's an automation that kicks in that says, yes, hook me up. If they click on this, this is when we're tagging them as somebody that came in from Facebook Messenger. And notice it says collect email address message, okay? So if I were to click on this, notice it says, awesome, send me your latest email so that I can get you the deal, right? So this message over here, collect email address, is basically this message. Now, it says here, wait to collect email address. If it's a valid email address, so it's like somebody's name, proper name with a proper domain at gmail.com, right? So if it has got like, it's a legit email, right? Then we send them this email, right? And we send them the welcome email. But let's say if it's a fake email, like there's like, whatever, it's just Peng Joon at suckmynuts.com, okay? Or whatever, right? It looks invalid, it looks weird. You can set your own rule, right? You could say, hey, this looks like a weird email or incomplete email, right? Could you retype your email, right? So whatever it might be, it could even be the case that if they don't reply over here, you have a follow-up message that reminds them again, right? After a day, after 2 days. Same thing over here. You could create an entire automation based on what they clicked, right? If they said, no, I don't want this deal, right? You could have another conversation take place. So this ultimately automates the whole thing, but coming back to the whiteboard here in a second. So the question is, how is this entire thing automated, right? And why does it give you an unfair advantage, and why does it change everything? So coming back to this, notice what's happening, okay? What's happening is you could make a post, right? So step one, you make a post. This could be an ad. It could be organic. The call to action is to just comment. Step number two, people comment. And because there's an automation in place, this automation that's pre-built automatically extracts their first name and last name based on Facebook. It extracts their email based on the conversation that you have. And if you choose to, you can even get their phone number, right? If let's say you have some sort of, you're doing a webinar, you want to be able to remind them of a specific event or a phone call, right? If it makes sense, you could even have that. And just based on the conversation that you have, then this is automatically plugged in into the CRM or the autoresponder or the customer relationship management, and then it goes into your list. Now, why is this changing like literally everything? Well, number one, wouldn't you agree that it is going to be significantly easier and cheaper and a much easier ask to get somebody to engage and leave a comment rather than directing them to the traditional, hey, sign up for this thing, hey, buy this thing, hey, register for my webinar, right? Now, this is why this is going to significantly, number one, drive your ad cost down, and number two, to be able to give you huge social proof. Now again, social proof, you can't pay the bill to social proof, right? But the likes, comments, shares, and the conversation that takes place over here makes more people curious. People like, why does this thing have 25,000 likes, right? Why does this thing have 700 comments, okay? And that's when it blows up and fuels it even further, whether it's organically or ads. And that is why a lot of our ads right now is shifting towards this strategy. Now, don't get me wrong. I still utilize ads the traditional method. We still run ads to webinars, to forums, to getting somebody's name and email, to events, sending people to the click. However, this is definitely one of the things that you need to add to your mix if you want to be able to literally get this huge unfair advantage. And this is where I want to be able to thank today's sponsor, and that's nobody. Guys, you've been following this channel for a while. I don't take on sponsors. However, it does help the channel out when you like and subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comments below what are some of your biggest takeaways. But in the link in the description box below, this is where I want to be able to invite you to try out this entire campaign that I've pre-built for you that has made all the difference for us. We've literally, this helped us launch, six-figure days, weekends, launches, and this is where I want to be able to invite you for this new campaign where the emails, the automation, the reminders, the text, the follow-up sequences, on top of the landing pages, on top of like all of the other features that I didn't even get to mention in today's video. But I would love to be able to give you a free 14-day trial, salesprocess.com, link in the description box below. Go check it out. That's pretty much it. Right now, chat and conversations is huge. It is going to give you an unfair advantage. It is going to drive your ad cost down, your lead cost down, and with the automation in place, this is how you'll be able to get a conversation to a conversion. Hope you enjoyed this video. Go sign up for the free 14-day trial account. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments.